Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something a little different. Normally we're talking about Google and how we rank higher in Google. However, Apple Maps has made some significant updates towards the end of 2021 here, and we want to make sure that you know how to claim your business on Apple Maps, because this is going to become a very important factor in your local SEO game as we move into 2022. So stay tuned. All right, so a couple facts about Apple right as we get started here, just so you understand the importance and that this isn't just a clickbait type video. As you can see on the screen here, there is over 113 million users. I'm sure that number has gone up. That number was from 2020, and you can see here they look for another 4.5 million users just in the US alone. This is about 48% of all smartphone users. So why are we talking about Apple? What has happened? What has changed? Because everything in the local search game has been Google. Before this update, before the iOS 15 update, there was a iOS 14 and 14.5 update, which had some changes in Apple Maps. But this was a very significant change, and it shows that Apple is putting a lot of resources into their Apple Maps program. So as you can see here, they've really focused on a 3D effort. This is very, very cool looking, or very sleek looking Maps program. And what they're doing is trying to bring the 3D experience into the Apple Maps program so you can actually see where you are, because a lot of times the Maps programs that are there now just kind of tell you the directions, and it's a two-dimensional version on the screen. This allows you to see off-ramps, on-ramps, what's around the surrounding area. I mean, they're even showing trees and stuff like that in this, which is very cool. And as you can see, when you're on the street and trying to find your directions, there's just a very cool 3D atmosphere with how to get there. That being said, you can see there is a lot of information here on Apple Maps. They are putting a lot of time, energy, and resources. And anytime a big company does that, you kind of have to know where they're going. First thing that we want to do is actually, I'll give you a nice easy URL to remember. It's mapsconnect.apple.com. That will redirect you. Now, if you do not have an Apple ID, you will need to get one. So you can either sign in with your current existing Apple ID, or once you try to find your business, you will need to create one. I have an Apple ID. I'm going to go ahead, pause the video, log in, and then we will take you through claiming your business. All right, so once you're logged in, you want to start by putting your business name in here. I have a fictitious HVAC company that I have used for Google Maps and some videos. So you can see here, it's either going to try to find your business if you already have an account, or you can add a missing place. Now for here, you're going to go ahead, you're going to put your business information in here. Now again, this is a fictitious business. I don't have a lot of this information. I'm going to make it up. So you can see you do have to have a website. So whether this is like a Google My Business website or some other website, I'm going to pick a website on the web and put it in here. Obviously you need to put your own information in here. And then very similar to how you would claim your Google Maps listing, you're going to want to put your primary category in here. So I would start, if I was an HVAC company, start by typing in a couple keywords. So you can kind of see heating and AC pops up. Let's try air conditioning to see if anything else pops up. So you can see this is very limited compared to Google's version, but find something that is closely related to you. Interesting. You can see there's still some bugs to be worked out here. You can add additional categories. Again, very similar to how you would do with Google Maps. And then address, you need to put your address in the bar here. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I don't want anyone to know where my actual office where I did this from is, but I'm going to go ahead and enter this in and hit next. All right, so it looks like I ran into a little bit of an issue trying to claim this listing. You can escalate this to Apple Business Register, as you can see right at the top here. So I'm going to go through the steps. I'm going to kind of talk you through the steps here. That way you'll understand what needs to be done next. One small caveat that I forgot to mention when I was talking about the address on Apple Maps. Service area businesses, or those who do not want to show their address on Google Maps, you are not eligible to claim and verify your business on Apple Maps. So there is some strategy here that you're going to need to consider for your business. You may want to get a satellite office that is, maybe 200, 300 square foot, get a phone number a sign on the door, and that way you can claim your Apple Maps listing, because I can tell you from experience, this going live and people starting to use Apple Maps program, Apple Maps has rolled out a ratings or review system. You are going to want to be listed on Apple Maps moving forward into 2022 and beyond. So you're going to have to take that into account when it comes to your address and where you want your place of business to be. All right, so I figured out the reason I was running into issues. I had already previously made a different video with Apple Maps, and it has my fictitious HVAC company listed there, so I can't claim that listing because it's already kind of in the process. Now, I haven't verified it, which will be part of our next video. Once you have filled out your business information, as you can see, I did this for my business and the address here, you'll see that at the top screen, it is not claimed. So the next step you're going to want to do is pretty obvious here. You're going to want to review all of your information and just make sure it matches what you have on Google Maps and other listings. And then you're going to want to go ahead and verify ownership. With this, you can see that there's just a little bit of information you need to put. You need to put your legal business name, phone number. I would put your website. I have no idea what DUNS number is. You're going to want to put your office address in. A quick side note, if you put your website in, you're going to want to put https:// because if you just put www, it's going to give you an error message. Go ahead and hit next. All right, so you have the option here to place a call. This is why it's important to make sure that your business phone number, or a phone number that makes sense and you can actually answer. Don't put a phone number that someone doesn't have access to. Otherwise, if you don't want a phone call, you can request manual verification, and they're going to want some business documentation here, as you can see, like a utility bill, insurance policy, or lease agreement. For some of you, this may actually be easier because you may have the documentation handy and you don't want to, especially if you have multiple CSRs and you're trying to figure out who's answering the phone at that time, this may be the easiest path for you. All right, so that is how you claim your business on Apple Maps. Stay tuned. We're going to talk much deeper about what Apple Maps looks like from a user perspective, how you can generate reviews and ratings on your Apple Maps profile, and what's coming next in early 2022 according to Apple. If this video was helpful, please like the video, subscribe down below, and leave a comment or a question. I'd be happy to answer those for you as quickly as they come in. Until next time, stay relentless.